How did I create Marie? uh, I was actually at a job fair one day. Uh, you know what? Let me draw this part of the shoe, and I'll actually like draw out Marie's like original design. I think that'll be fun. All right, let me make a new document here. All right, so I was at a job fair one day, and I was like a little bored because I was just visiting there, and I looked at all the options, and they taught me how to like apply for jobs and stuff, which was definitely appreciated. And after that, I was waiting for my ride, so there was a library there, and I was just waiting until my ride came. Then I got bored, and then I just started drawing, and for some reason, I just decided to draw a character that looked something like this. Kind of a weird alien thing. Yeah, she was kind of like that. It's gonna be a very like crappy drawing. Hold on, let me fix the hands a little bit. And she also, she had like the poof thing in her hair. Kind of a little like that. And then she also had her pigtails too. Yeah. And I know what you're thinking. She looks a little like Star Angel. And, believe it or not, like before I like made Marie, like before Marie was a human, she was actually looked a lot like this. There we go. And she had like a little flower here instead of the star. I didn't really know what to do with her. She was just a character that I just made when I was bored, but I really like this character a lot. And if I felt like I wanted to do a lot more with her, that I could just do something more. So I fleshed out her design a bit. She had eyes like this now. Well, kind of like what you see in like a Marie. Fuck. I draw better with guidelines, but hold on, I can make this work. She was something like this. She had like the little cheeks here. She still had her pigtails like this. And she has the red dress that you guys know. Let me see if I could like... Okay, yeah. He also had like a bracelet thing like Amy does from Sonic. She looks a little older here, but she's supposed to be like a little alien kid. Actually, nah, I'm not gonna worry about that because this is just like I'm just like doodling this just so you guys could get a good idea of how like she looked throughout the ages. But yeah, so I made her. I just gave her a dress. I changed her eyes. Gave her some bracelets. Also thinking, maybe I could like make a video game or something with her. She'd be like a little like Kid Goku or something, where she like crash lands on a planet and she stays with like a family, but she ends up liking the planet a lot, and she also notices that there are like monsters and stuff that like attack the city or whatever of like this family that she's staying with. So she ends up fighting them. She has like all these insane powers and stuff, where it's like where she she ends up having these crazy battles, but like the story like ends in a really sad note where she ends up sacrificing herself to fight like one last bad guy. And yeah. And then we have like the human Marie. I'm gonna actually like draw out the mannequin here a bit, because yeah, I have to like do this for more human characters. Reminding me of Superman and Wolverine X-Men Origins a bit. Yeah, like I was inspired heavily with like the superhero stuff I grew up with. Like I'll say even to this day, like the DCAU and Teen Titans are like are some of the stuff that inspire me, especially with the current version of Marie. And now we're getting to the part where like Marie's more human, and I'm gonna have to remember how I designed her outfit. So this is the part where I was like, I want Marie to become more human if I'm gonna like do like a superhero thing, because I was like, if anyone's gonna take this seriously, like maybe like I should like change her up a bit to be more human. So she was like the superhero in training, where she was like, her father passed away, but like, or actually no, it was her mother that passed away, but she was still gifted like her powers and stuff that she got after her mother like rescued and took care of like an alien that crashed on Earth, which would be this version of Marie, and like this character ends up giving like Marie's mom her powers. So you know, genetics and all that, that's how Marie gets her powers. And basically, I didn't really like have a solid idea of what Marie's powers would be, but I did like Green Lantern's powers, and also, funny enough, I was inspired by like Gaara from Naruto, and also Sandman from Rise of the Guardians. Yeah, this is gonna get really fucking weird. So I wanted this character to be a representation of like my love of art, and I wanted to have lots of fun drawing Marie doing lots of stuff. So she has like these gems like on her gloves that you're seeing me actually draw like right here. Yeah, that like whenever she like activates them, like she could create like energy that she could shape into anything. But like this energy is like an like not amplified, but it's kind of like a stardust. So it's kind of like a sandy thing, but she could like change the properties and like even the texture and stuff of this sand. So it's not like always like a sandy thing. The reason why, like, not only like the inspirations, but the reason why it's like stardust is because there was this theory that everything is made up of stardust, and I don't know why that theory always stuck with me. So I just decided, yeah, like I'll just like make her powers related to this. And apparently there are other characters that can do like have powers revolving around stardust, but it's usually like energy blasts and like flight and stuff. Yeah, basically, like her powers are basically the Green Lantern. She could do a lot of other stuff, but I have to solidify the ideas more. But yeah, if you want like a good idea of like what Marie can do, like just look at Green Lanterns. I will say like her powers aren't like, she doesn't have to recharge them. Like she doesn't have to recharge the gems like Green Lantern has to recharge the ring. Though it does run on her energy, so if she's like, if she has lots of energy, she could like make lots of stuff, but if she's low on energy, then she's not going to be able to do much. And Marie's a mutant. I mean, I guess if you want to like say it like that, yeah, she sorta kinda is a mutant in a way, I guess. But yeah, like this is kind of like a rough idea of how her outfit is. Something like this. I don't really recall, but yeah. She basically had like these red boots, and her dress was red, and her gloves were also red. The cape and the star symbol right there were yellow though. And I also really liked the older version of Marie. So I wanted to like keep that. So she also had the power to use her gems to create these like these little I guess creatures that are known as Stardust dolls. And they basically looked a lot like Star Angel, except She was a lot smaller. Well, they were a lot smaller because she could make a whole bunch of these. And I got this idea from a lot of games that I play, like Pokemon, Final Fantasy, where you could like summon stuff to like fight with you. Yeah, basically looks a little like that. And brightest day and blackest night, no color shall bless human sight. And now we go to a little bit of a modern, well, not modern. This is like the last version of that I have a Marie before we went to like the current one that y'all know. So I decided to make her a bit older because I thought, you know, there are a lot of like stuff with, like kids being the main character and stuff like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. So I decided to like make her like in her 20s or early 20s. Alright, get the face down. Alright, so I really like the idea of giving her like a jacket. I see these in a lot of like cool characters. So I gave her like a Letterman jacket that she made with like her powers. I thought that'd be fun to like do. And then she would have like the suit here. I forgot how her original suit looked like. I'll probably like post it later since I'm actually getting into talking about these older designs of Marie. Like a mine with the hoodie. Yeah. I was thinking of giving her a hoodie too, but I was like, I like the Letterman jacket like idea more. She still has this type of hairstyle though, and she honestly looked a little too young. Like, if I told you she was 20, you probably would not believe me. And that was because I was struggling to figure out, like, do I want her to, like, be a teenager or be 20 years old? I was leaning towards the 20 thing, even though I was like, maybe I should make her a teenager and have the thing be like Teen Titans. I'm not sure. And she could still use her powers to make the little Stardust dolls. Alright, now I'm not gonna draw like the finalized versions because I got like a good drawing here that I could show off. Or Shazam. Oh, yeah, it could be like Shazam. I really wasn't like into like Shazam as much as I was into like Superman or Batman. Where the heck is... I know I have the drawing here. Okay, we're getting around there. Gotta look through my folders quickly. Do I not have this shit here? Where the hell is this drawing? What the fuck? Oh, here we go. I passed it. Okay, so here we are. So I needed to like find a way to make these two separate, because this is what I mostly draw, and she's kind of like the mascot for the YouTube channel and server that I have. But I also have this one where I wanted to like have this one be in the comic, because I don't want to do like a kid character. I want to do like a young adult. So I decided for the kid Marie, like she'll have her hair down like this, but she'll mostly be wearing like a pigtail. And this version of Marie would have her hair down most of the time, but she'll also have like a ponytail, which I still have to like work on. But the main difference is, this is gonna sound really funny, like this little like tuft of hair, like Marie's has hers in like a Z, like the little Marie. The adult one has hers in like an M, which that's the clear-cut way of like selling them apart. I guess not that clear, because you have to like really notice it. As for her suit, I have a drawing of her, like the older character sheet of her. Okay, so she has like this suit that was like heavily inspired by Green Lantern, and also like kind of like a little bit of Spider-Man, because I love the simplicity of like superhero outfits back in the day before they got like way too overly complicated. So I gave her these gloves, because having like the gloves here for the outfit, I felt wouldn't have really been good. And I gave her these pointy boots. I might get rid of the shoulder pads here, because they don't really make any sense. But the reason why I have her outfit like this and didn't have the jacket, because I had this idea that she could use her powers to create like armor pieces and stuff like that if she needs it. Okay, yeah, I have it right here. So she could she gets like the energy from her gems, and then she could like make something like this. She creates a whole bunch of like different types of like armors and stuff, but this is like something that like she could make. She also creates weapons. She even made this shield right here. Oh, and a special guest Ruse character. And she also likes to like travel around in like a hoverboard that she makes, or just any type of thing that she feels like. Oh, and I also had this idea where she summons like Star Angel, or at least it was still the Stardust dolls. And like these Stardust dolls would like fight. would like fight with her. Silver Surfer, yeah. I got the idea of this from like Silver Surfer, yeah, and like a bunch of other characters that have like hoverboards and stuff. Let me get like a current drawing of Star Angel here. I really love the original design, coming back here, of like Marie. And I didn't want her to be relegated to just like a thing that she could summon. And I wanted to like have her be her own character. So I decided to just like do that, like have her be like a friend of Marie's. If you have seen like the Dream Eaters and Kingdom Hearts or the Aeons from Final Fantasy X, you kind of have a good idea of what Star Angel is supposed to be like. But if you don't, basically they are they are beings that are made up of the souls of like people that have like died, and they like transform into these like creatures. I'm not going to say like Star Angel's true identity, but the only thing I will say is that she's an adult. She's not a kid, despite being smaller than Marie here. But she's very close to Marie, and even though like she doesn't know who she is or where she came from, she still has the same powers that Marie has, and that's because like the thing with like Star Angel, like the type of being she is that she could like share her powers with like Marie, but Marie also like shares her powers with Star Angel. It's kind of like if like your Pokemon were to like pass them your powers, but you're able to pass them their powers. But Star Angel doesn't really remember who she is. She doesn't really like know if she had any powers, so she doesn't really end up giving like Marie anything. But she does have like Marie's ability to like create stuff with the gem right here. So she ends up doing stuff like Marie does. And the reason why I wanted to make her a plushie is because I was thinking that she can't be like this this little alien blob thing anymore. I wanted to like make her into something that, you know, you usually see the kids have, and I was thinking, you know, like a teddy bear, because you usually see kids having like plushies and stuff. I didn't want to like change her into a bear or anything, but I just like decided to make her like more plushy like, which when I get to making like Star Angel's character sheet, I'm going to like probably add more stitching to like her hair to like really sell that she's like a plushie and not like the same alien blob thing. Oh, but you also notice that like the hair is like different for like between Marie and Star Angel, because Marie used to have like this type of hair, and you can see it here that I tried keeping that when she was a human, but I figured I do something different with like the human Marie, to like separate the two, to make it clear that they're not really the same character anymore. They're two separate characters. So I decided to like change her hair to like have this instead of something like this. And I was also thinking of making Marie like be somewhat a little in terms of personality like Sora, where she's not like the brightest person ever, but like she's not completely dumb, but she likes helping people out just because, you know, she likes seeing people happy, and she wants to follow in her like her parents' footsteps, her like grandfather, and someone who was like a big sister to her, and she wants to like make the world a better place. Even though she's like a hero in her city, she wants to like make it to where like people can be like safe and happy, and like she'll do anything she can to like make everyone's lives that much easier. And Star Angel isn't this short anymore, so let me go back to this. Star Angel is kind of the same way, except she's like she's kind of a little bit sassy. Like Marie would like try holding herself back and like saying like how she really feels if she's like frustrated. Star Angel here, she'll just like say it to your face. she would not care if she like pisses you off or anything, or gets into trouble. She'll just like she won't hold back. She'll like tell you how it is. Which like gets her into trouble a lot. But yeah, I'm like toying around more with Marie's personality, because I want her to like be more than just like someone who is like naive but nice and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Wow, I spent so long talking about this, but you know what? I really like it though. This was actually really fun talking about like my thought process with Marie, and how she became like two different characters. Actually, I'm gonna save this.